I know that 6 over 6 equals 1 whole, and this is what I would have left over as my 2/6. And that is your answer. The 1 2/6 or 1 1/3, breaking it even more so into its simplest form. All right, let's take a look at number 6, and we are almost done. Okay, for number 6, again, I'm going to be using 1 as my benchmark. And we have 1/4, and I'm going to find my 1/4 here. And this is going to be my red one. And then what are we going to put over here? Yep, you're absolutely right. It's going to be 2/3. So this is my 1/3 and my other 1/3 to represent 2/3. Oh, but look at here. It's going to be just a regular, it's just going to be a proper fraction, written, no mixed number, just a proper fraction. But what fraction will fit equally into 1/4 as well as a 1/3? This looks familiar because we've already done something like that at this one here when we had a 3 and a 4 as a denominator, and we discovered that 12 is going to be the fractional part, number of pieces that will fit into those. So I'm going to take my 12s, and it's 1, 2, 3, and so now I know that 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12 plus, and then I'm going to move this over here, 1, 2, and we said it was going to be how many? That's right, 4, 3, and 4. So if this is 4, how many will fit in here as well? That's right, 4/12. So 4/12 plus 4/12 equals 8/12. Adding those up, 3 plus 8 over 12. And it'll be 11/12. And it's just shy, look at this, watch this, of 1/12 from being a whole. And isn't that what our answer was? 11/12. One shy of being a whole. So our answer is 11/12. Okay, I'll give you time to work that out or pause it so that you can catch up on it. If there's any questions on these as we're going along, write down your questions so that we can cover it in class tomorrow. It's the most easiest way, or come see me in the morning. I'll be here at 7:15, feeling much better. Next problem, 3/5. Again, I'm going to use my 1 whole as a benchmark, simply kind of coaching me along. And my denominator is 5, so I'm going to find my fifths, and I'm going to add in 3 of them, because that'll give me 3/5. Okay? And then look at this. I have tenths. Did you already figure this one out? That's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So you already know it's going to be what? Absolutely, just a proper fraction, less than 1 whole. Very good. Okay, so now let's look at this. Could we, what could you multiply by 5 that will get you to 10? Very good. 5 times 2 equals 10. So how many fractions of the tenths would it then take? 2/10, because 5 times 2 equals the 10. So you see how this is kind of working itself out? All right, so if this is 2/10, is 1/5, and here is another 2/10 for 1/5, and another 2/10, which is equivalent to 1/5. How many total tenths do I have? So here, for 3/5 would be equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10 plus 1, 2, 3/10. How much more do we need to make that full whole? Absolutely right. We are shy 1/10 to a whole. 6 plus 3 equals 9 over 10. And can we prove that? Absolutely, because here's my 1/10. That's 10/10 would equal 1 whole, but our answer is 9/10. Okay, a little bit easier. Make sure that you use the fraction strips because then tomorrow we're going to be using different strategies. I know there's a lot of different ways of figuring out the common denominator, and that's great. We're going to go over it tomorrow. However, you're needing to be able to see that. You're going to get this on a test, especially on STAR at the end of the year, using fractional pieces. So it's really important that you're able to recognize fractional parts, what they look like, getting that visual. All right, now we are at number 10, our last problem of the day, or for this evening. And I'm going to, again, use my 1 benchmark. I have 7/10 plus 1/2. Prediction, drum roll, mixed number or proper fraction? Okay, so make sure that you write your prediction down. Is it going to be a mixed number or proper fraction? And a proper fraction is where the numerator is less than the denominator. Fractor. Oh my gosh. Thank you for whoever called that out. I got somebody's mindful vibration. Fraction. Okay, there we go. And that is an R, proper fraction. So now, 7/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's 7/10. Plus my 1/2. You chose that this is going to be a mixed number or an improper fraction. You're absolutely right, because look how it goes over the 1 benchmark. So immediately you know it's going to be greater than 1 whole. Okay, so now let's take a look. What could you do? I keep hearing somebody shouting out, oh, do the 1/10. 1/10, would that be an equivalent? How many then do you need 1/10 to equal the 1/2? Okay, let's try it. If we take, because 2 times what equals 10? Okay, let's try the 5. 1, and I'm going to put this on top. 2, 3. I'm going to find some more. You won't have the extra, so pull from here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it your way because you won't have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here I'm going to just draw this little line so that my brain knows that this is 1/10 and this is 1/10. Okay? So here I have 7/10 is what I started off with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I added, this is kind of coming out. Let me bring this down so that you can see it. I added 5/10 because I knew that it was 2 times something equals 10. I was going to use 5/10. So plus 5/10 equals, there you go, 12/10. And how many do you have left over? Look, remember what I was telling you, that if you're really not quite sure about division, I know that 10/10 is one whole, so I'm just going to take a whole out of that. And that's going to leave me 12 minus 10 over 10. Remember, our denominators always stay the same. And I have 2/10 left over. So this is my one whole and 2/10. Oops, I'm so sorry you couldn't see that. So here's my 2/10 that's left, my one whole. I brought down my one whole, brought my 2/10. Oh, look at this. My numerator and my denominator are both even numbers, so I can split those in half and get even more simplified. So I have one whole. Half of 2 is 1. Half of 10 is 5. So it's now simplified to 1 1/5 or 1 2/10. These are equivalent fractions, so they will still match each other. Okay? All right, and that was for tonight's homework. Again, if you have any questions, let's write those down. Bring those in the morning, and we can go over that. Thanks again, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.